Hi, Joseph here, on the JohnTheHutDweller channel. I get this a lot. The atheists trying to argue a point about God with me, and I don't want to call them atheists because I don't feel like they represent even a strong minority in the atheist community. They're just kind of like brats, you know. I actually, in all of my videos, in any of my videos, you never hear me attack atheism. I think it's an assumption that you can't. It's either you believe in God or you don't. There's not really much else there. And I claim that there's no evidence, and there never can be. If there's evidence for God, then well, then at least the God of Orthodoxy is gone. People claim they have evidence of its energies. Okay. And, they mix in quantum mechanics and everything. Whatever that's for them to do. But I do argue with bad history and just blatant lies. People saying that Christianity was violent from its inception. It was persecuted from its inception for first 300 years. What they're trying to say that Orthodoxy believes. They're claiming to be basically fundamentalist Christianity, and they don't recognize the difference. The people who come on here who claim to be skeptics and atheists, and they have no knowledge of just history or archaeology. It's just that they've learned talking points basically, and they don't know the whys of the arguments. They don't even know the answer to many arguments. So I'm never attacking atheism. It's people who say, well, like no Christian has ever been a scientist, and then you list off a bunch and say, oh well, they didn't believe in creationism, as if creationism isn't a new thing. People really, if they're going to talk and they're going to try to argue points with me, they need to know the historical record. And everyone that's emailed me from the aggressive skeptic atheist side is an ignoramus when it comes to that. I'm sorry, I don't not to mean to sound arrogant, but and they're very evangelical about their atheism. Now, I don't like the hostile evangelism in either direction, but it seems like the atheists are acting like Christian fanatics, and I think that's exactly what they are. I don't think there's a difference. I think there are people who were from a fanatical form of Christianity and were very brutal and aggressive and violent with that, and they've just changed saying there is a God to saying there isn't a God, but they're still brutal and forceful and vulgar and mean and despicable. And I think it's that group of people that should be chastised or ridiculed, and not religion itself, not the people who adhere to certain belief systems or the lack of them, such as atheists. I think it's these aggressive jerks on both sides that really cause all the problem. And this is more talking about not wars or the debates and discussions and the bickering, but this channel is more just explaining things basically and talking about the roots of it in history. So I don't think we can really classify these people as atheism. It's just they're bad historians with a negative view. And there are Christians that are bad historians, and they may have a positive view, or it may still be negative. But these people, it's just total ignoramuses about the world. It's like if I were to argue a mathematical point, and I'm horrible at math. I'm not interesting. But if I were to argue with somebody about quantum mechanics or these things that require heavy math, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't fault atheism at all. I think it's just these fanatics. All right, that's it.